way you played your part from the very start, just to come this far. You should know I believe in you. Every race you run, you're my number one. Kick it up now and bring it on. This will be your day. 'Cause baby, you were born to win. Never give up, never give in. You were born to win. Your destiny is victory. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, you were born to
Me and Rashid from the lands of the Grand Canyon, Arizona.
Monique from the Valley of the Sun, Arizona.
Erica Lamb from the Golden State of California.
High City, Colorado. Interior Virgos from the Constitution State, Connecticut.
From the first state to ratify the Constitution, Delaware.
Hugh Memory from the Sunshine State, Florida.
Siobhan Fraser from the state that's always on your mind, Georgia.
Stephanie Wade from the Aloha State, Hawaii.
Carol West, your host with the most, Illinois. Mayura Kulkarni, if you've ever been to Mardi Gras, you know where I'm from, Louisiana.
Alexandria Kelly from Motor City, Michigan. Katerina Katakalitis from the land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota. Look for our Bibley from the Hospitality State, Mississippi.
Brenda Ramos from The Good Life, Nebraska.
Delgado from the Silver State, Nevada.
Mayelin de la Cruz from the Garden State, New Jersey.
Heather Thompson from the Empire State, New York.
Sam Merrill from the State First in Flight, North Carolina.
Stephanie Arisa from the Sooner State, Oklahoma.
Melanie Escobar, where Valentine's Day is our birthday, Oregon. Maronina Esther from the Keystone State, Pennsylvania. Julia Williams with the state motto, "As I breathe, I hope," South Carolina.
Fergie Mallory from the state where Dolly Parton is our celebrity, Tennessee.
From the land of the Cowboys, Texas.
Stormy Kepler from the home of Starbucks and the grunge movement, Washington.
And now your MCs for the night, Adriana Unzueta and David Miranda.
Good evening and welcome to Miss Grand USA 2019. My name is Adriana Unzueta and I have the pleasure of hosting with David Miranda.
Yes, it's a pleasure because we're going to have a ball tonight. We're going to have a blast here tonight. You know, this is amazing because all these talented young women that really represent empowerment are going to break a leg today. We say in the arts, break a leg. So that's a good thing in the arts. So that's what we're here to do, right, Adriana?
That's right. I also want to give a special shout out to Edgar Guzman and Nelson Arizmendi for choreographing up this beautiful opening number. Let's give them a round of applause.
What a way to break the dance floor. To say in a certain way, right? We're going to start the party here because we're going to have a good time here today.
That's right. I also want to mention that Edgar Ovalle was our official pageant photographer and videographer along with Aaron King. And if you are interested in purchasing any videography or photos, just contact them after the pageant and they can help you out.
And today we're going to have one winner tonight. So we are getting ready for that. But first of all, we have to announce the semifinalists, right?
Absolutely, David.
So let's get started with that because we're anxious already. We're barely starting off. So let's go on with that.
That's right. So we are going to announce the top 16 semifinalists, and we will begin with People's Choice. This means that the first semifinalist called was chosen by you, the audience, on Pageant Planet's website. Each girl had 3 weeks to collect as many votes as she could, and prior to the show, they counted all the votes and chose People's Choice winner.
So this is by popular vote to say a certain way. So let's go on with that. There's 16 of them.
That's right. Beginning with the first semi-finalist and winner of People's Choice Award, we have Mississippi, Latora Bemley.
Starting up with the first winner of the night. Congratulations, Mississippi. Now let's move on with our second semifinalist, and this will go to California, Erica Lamb.
Our next semifinalist, New York, Heather Thompson.
Fourth semifinalist, Oregon, Melanie Escobar.
Our next semifinalist, Hawaii, Stephanie Wang.
And sixth semifinalist goes to Washington, Stormy Kempner.
Our next semifinalist, Pennsylvania, Smuttling Esther.
The 8 out of 16 goes to Florida, Hugh Demery.
And our next semifinalist, Colorado, Ashley Avila.
And now let's welcome Arizona, Nadia Monique.
Our next semifinalist, Nevada, Amelie Delgado.
Now let's welcome Michigan, Alexandra Kelly.
Only a few spots left. Our next semifinalist, New Jersey, Mayalin de la Cruz.
Now let's bring Texas, Anastasia Semenova.
Up next, Oklahoma, Stephanie Ariza.
And our last semifinalist for the night will be Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
Congratulations, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 15 for Miss Grand USA 2019.
16.
Oh,
We have
that's right,
16 today. Yeah, yesterday we did have 15, so let's give them a round of applause, a warm round of applause, and a welcome applause, because they are starting their competition at this time. And at this time, while the ladies exit, I would like to take a moment to thank the Marriott Resort here in Lincolnshire, because their wonderful staff and their hospitality has been amazing this entire week for the production and the girls as well. And we also want to thank a few sponsors that made this possible. Thank you so much, because these sponsors are making the young ladies' dreams come true as well.
They definitely are. We want to thank A. Marlowe Photography, the official international headshot photographer, the Time Iron and TimeStyle.com hair products made by women for women, and that's time with a Y, not an I. We also want to thank Shoes and More, HR Beauty, London Eye Makeup Academy, Tito's Vodka, Sunstar Dental, D Sweatbox, Fitness and Wellness Coaching, The Sash Company, and Mainstream Media.
Mainstream Media happens to be the ones that are making this happen via social media live. In case you guys want to share it, go right ahead. Go into the Facebook or social media Miss Grand 2019. It's Miss Grand USA on Facebook, right?
Miss Grand USA
Yes.
on Facebook.
So check it out and share it. So those of you that are not able to enjoy it right here, they can enjoy it in the comfort of their house and wherever they're at, or in the city that they're at, because we're getting a lot of attention from different parts of the city. Yesterday on Facebook last night, people were messaging me, and it's amazing how this works. It's great and it's fun. So, and most of all, we're helping young ladies move on in the world.
That's right. And I want to have a special appreciation for everyone who joined us this evening, and also for everyone tuning in live. I think last night we had over 10,000 views, which is amazing.
That's great. I think we're going to get maybe jobs throughout the nation, because based on those messages, it was amazing. And I really want to thank the organizers, because I've been to various pageants. I've attended various pageants, but this looks amazing on TV, and it's produced very well. So I'm very happy to be part of this team, Adriana.
Me too, David.
Thank you so much for joining me here on stage, because I have a beauty right next to me, and what better way to continue on with the job here tonight.
Thank you so much. So now we would like to explain a little bit about what the winner receives.
Well, the winner, first of all, they will receive $25,000 in cash and prizes, $25,000 in prizes, including the United States 2019 International Contest. We have an intelligent, young, amazing young lady over here. Let's hear it for her. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Look at her, she's already helping. There will also have a fully paid trip to the international competition in the hosting city. In this case, it will be in, you were mentioning me.
It's in Venezuela.
Venezuela. Ooh, that's
I
a
know,
competition
a
right
nice
there.
little Caribbean vacation / international once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And every time you travel, you learn something new. So what better way? National crown designed by world jeweler Decorarte. 2019 national sash designed by the Sash Company. Gown for the international competition as well. National costume for international competition. Shoes, and this will be by Shoes and More for the competition as well. Modeling contract, that's amazing, with renowned Lily's Talent in Chicago. Also full hair and styling by Time, and you said that's with a Y. Time will do that. Sun Dental, because they obviously have to have an amazing smile. Whitening and treatment for international competition. Cosmetics campaign job as well with Hernan Rivera Beauty. We have coaching and preparations for the international competition with the pros. They're going to learn from the pros to become a pro, basically. Also, fitness and wellness coaching by the Sweatbox. We have personal appearances throughout 2019 and 2020. They will be in various community events and doing some outreach events as well. Photo and video shoots with Marlowe Photography. This will be in St. Louis, right? And King Aaron Photography in New York. Rick Photography in Ohio, and Edgar Ovalle, our very own star here in Chicago, Edgar Ovalle Photography as well. Let's hear it for the prizes as well, because they deserve this and more.
They do, and despite not winning, I feel like all these girls already won something much greater. They have this experience under their belt and friendships that will last a lifetime.
You know, I have talked to many title holders or former title holders, and they always tell me, you know, I probably didn't deserve it, but I prepared myself so well and I made it, and it was amazing. And some of them that do not necessarily win, they're like, I took the exposure, I took a lot of all the coaching, all the classes, the makeup classes, the walking classes, the coaching classes, the wardrobe, you name it. They have many, and you know more than anybody because you've done this.
I don't think the audience or the public actually realize how much preparation goes into competing for a pageant. It's intense.
You know, I used to choreograph for a pageant here in Chicago, and it was amazing because always the mom is like, my daughter's the prettiest, and she's gonna win, and this and that. But they're all beautiful. They say in Spanish, there's no ugly woman. There's an ugly woman that does not like to fix herself. I don't know how to translate that literally, but they need expertise. They need experts to help them even look better. If all the artists in Hollywood, if all the actresses, if all the models, they have a whole team behind them, what better way to look better from Chicago to the world, especially in international competition, with the advice and the coaching from the pros.
That's right. And whoever wins tonight is going to be more than ready and prepared for the international pageant because she has a team of experts, literal experts in pageantry backing her up. So she's going to be more than ready in every aspect.
All right, so we're going to move on with the next category.
A little more exciting part of the show, the swimsuit category.
Yes. Let me see. Raise your hand if you guys are sharing this on Facebook. Oh, I see certain people there. Look at you. Okay, good. Share it on Facebook. Tag the pageant so like that we can give the young ladies more exposure and for them to feel like a celebrity already from the day of the pageant.
That's right. And if you want to take a little behind-the-scenes look at what these contestants did throughout the entire week, go on to Instagram and follow the Miss Grand USA page to get a complete look at everything, all the activities, all the practices that they have done throughout the week.
That has been a lot. They were in the Chicagoland area. They probably have not even slept. For them, I mean, I would be so nervous doing something like this. You imagine having to compete for a crown and then still having to do various activities throughout the city. So kudos to them.
What do you say, David? Should we begin swimsuit?
Yes, let's start.
All right.
All right.
Let's begin our swimsuit competition. Arizona, Nadia Monique.
California, Erica Lamb.
Colorado, Ashley Avila.
Florida, Q Demery.
Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
Hawaii, Stephanie Wayne.
Michigan, Alexandria Kelly.
Mississippi, Latora Bentley.
Nevada, Emily Delgado.
New Jersey, Maylene de la Cruz.
New York, Heather Thompson.
Oklahoma, Stephanie Ariza.
Oregon, Melody Escobar.
Pennsylvania, Smarolin Esther.
Texas, Anastasia Sabanova.
Washington, Stormy Kepler.
What a beautiful group of girls, right, David?
I love how secure they look on there. Their confidence is amazing. They really deserve a big round of applause because
They do.
they're very nervous, and this is the type of support that they're going to feel feel all the love in the world.
And you can so see all the hard work and preparation that they put into looking good and being prepared.
Yes, and all the stress that it involves as well. At this time, we would like to show you a video of the current queen holder. Well, she's the 2018 Miss Grand. Her name is Paola Cosileon.
Yep, that's right.
So let's watch this video with Paola's 2018 Miss Grand introduction video.
As an international relations student, I have studied different cultures and nations. Ultimately, I've come to the realization that no country is free of violence. As a young girl at the age of 6, the images of the 9/11 attack profoundly impacted my life. At such a young age, I was forced with the questions: am I safe? Is my family safe? Are we all safe? We are living in pivotal times. Recently, the United States of America has been faced with cruel acts of terror. Violence roots from hate, intolerance, and lack of respect. We must never give in to any form of violence, whether it be moral, emotional, or physical. It must not be tolerated, and the guilty must be found accountable. We must reject war and violence as a model to resolve conflict. We must not see peace as being a distant, unattainable dream. We have to wake up and realize we must lead by example. We all seek the same thing. We must hold peace as a principle in our lives and be predisposed to listen to different ideas in order to grow as a person, grow as a nation, and build a lasting solution to world peace. Like the great civil rights activist Martin Luther King said, we must realize that the time is always right to do right, and the time to do right is now. I invite you to join me and the Miss Grand International Organization as we embark on this quest of peace through the admirable Stop the War and Violence campaign. Paola Cosileon, Miss Grand United States 2018.
For your favorite contestant to be our top 10 finalists, vote through Passport application. Download iOS.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, Adriana, this is a great video because I always said that there is never a good war or bad peace at all. And Paola Cosileon really nailed it right there.
She did, and she actually had the pleasure and the honor of representing the United States in Myanmar last October as she competed for Miss Grand International. So why don't we invite Paola out onto the stage to speak to us about her experience?
Let's welcome on over. Let's move on to the middle so we can all fit comfortably. Paola Cosileon, let's hear it for Paola Cosileon, the current Miss Grand United States of America. And I know she's heavily involved in the community, but we would like to speak about her experience during her trip, no? Yeah, let's tell us a little bit about how it was, how you prepared. Are you going to tell the girls that are competing here today? Everything. Spill the beans.
Yeah, well, being backstage right now and looking at the video, it just fills me with so many emotions. I feel like it was just last week that I was in Asia. I had never been that far from my home country, and it was such an incredible experience. It's so hard to put into words. Being alongside 80 other women with careers, there were doctors, dentists, I'm an entrepreneur, a business owner. It was so empowering. It's a beautiful experience. I can't wait for the next girl to live it. I'm so excited. Everyone keeps asking me if I'm sad. I am not. I'm so excited to share this experience with another lady, and I know that it's going to change her life like it did for me.
Paola, what was your favorite part about competing internationally?
I think my favorite part is the reason why I joined pageantry to begin with. The sisterhood that you form with your state queens, with the ladies that you meet, it follows you throughout your whole life. I mean, I've met my best friends through pageantry. I met Adriana when we were teenagers through a pageant. So it makes such a positive impact in your life, and it pushes you forward to any career that you want to take. It prepares you for it.
That's so true. Honestly, you take so much away from pageantry internally and externally.
You know, yesterday that's exactly what we were talking about, how the pageants usually impulse the young ladies to become community activists, politicians, senators. They become business owners like Paola. This stage really has magic because it makes them have a different type of confidence. And sometimes their coaches, or what they learn, or through other girls as well, they learned that, you know, the sky's the limit and they got to fight for it, especially in areas where jobs are mainly men dominant, you know, especially like in media, for example. And now this is amazing that the pageants are helping them out go to the next level. Congratulations, Paola.
Thank you so much. And thank you for so beautifully representing the United States at Miss Grand.
Thank you. And just one more thing to say to all the ladies that are competing. I want you all to know that you're winners. I didn't place top 20 at the international competition, but it didn't affect me. It pushed me forward, and at the end of the day, they're all wearing a crown already.
That's right. They're all winners.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Paola, please. Thank you so much. Come on over.
David.
All right. So moving on in the competition, we're nearing the announcement of the top 10 finalists.
Time is flying when you're having fun, they say, right? So let's go on with the top 10. Do we have that list yet? I know that the judges have a very difficult time, a very difficult job. Not a difficult time, it's more of a difficult job. Which, you know what, I prefer to talk up here than be in those tables being a judge all the time.
I know. I don't know how they do it. I would not be able to choose one girl. No way.
It just becomes overwhelming, you know? It's just a very difficult job. As soon as we get the top 10, do we have the top 10? For those of you watching us nationwide, internationally, through social media, welcome. This is the Miss Grand United States pageant, and we're going to have one winner here tonight. One of them is going to be able to go and compete internationally, Adriana, which is our main goal. Expose our woman here.
That's right. And we already have one winner selected last night. She's here with us in the audience. Let's give a big shout out and round of applause to the new Miss Supranational United States 2019. Please stand up.
She's right here, right in the front. Thank you so much for joining us here. And well, she won yesterday, but her new obstacles start tonight because she has to prepare for the international pageant. Yesterday there were 15, and she was one of those 15 that actually won Miss Supranational 2018-2019.
That's right. Regina Gray worked hard. She was prepared, and she conquered that crown. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna go to international and do the exact same thing.
Yes. Go Go make us proud. Big time, yes. For the 2019-2020 Miss Supranational pageants. All right, do we have the top 10 yet?
We do have the top 10.
Are we getting them? Thank you.
Before we announce the top 10, please help me in welcoming the girls back on stage one more time. Are you ready to see which ladies will be moving on in the competition? I know I am.
All right. How many of you have your favorite here tonight already? How many of you have your favorite here tonight? All right. It is a very, very difficult.
All right. The top 10 are not going to be announced in any specific order. We begin with the first young lady. She is Arizona. Nadia Monique.
And number 2. And this is not in any particular order. It would go to Florida, Q Demery.
Our next finalist is Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
Moving on with Hawaii, Stephanie Wayne.
Up next we have Michigan, Alexandria Kelly.
And now we have Nevada, Emily Delgado.
Our next finalist, New Jersey, Mayelin de la Cruz.
And now, please come forward, New York, Heather Thompson.
The next finalist is Texas, Anastasia Semenova.
And we have one more room, one more space for only one more. And this will go to Washington, Stormy Kefner.
Congratulations, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 10 for Miss Grand USA 2019. Let's give them a round of applause.
They are moving forward to the next stage of the competition here tonight. So congratulations, ladies, for being the top 10. Let's welcome them one more time to the runway at this time. Before we introduce the ones responsible to pick our winner here tonight. The decision of the judges are final. So let's move on with our first one. Should we start with Adam? Yeah. Where's Adam? Oh, right over there. Adam Marlowe, right? Adam Marlowe.
Adam Marlowe is the Vice President of Operations for Gateway Wireless, one of the largest and fastest growing cellular retailers in the nation. He has developed training and management systems and frequently travels to lecture on corporate efficiency, organizational skills, leadership development, and personal management. He is a co-owner of A. Marlowe Photography, the official headshot photographer, and has taught classes at worldwide professional photography conferences on lighting and posing techniques, and serves as a photography mentor to emerging photographers. He lives in Missouri and with his wife and 2 sons. He is an avid golfer and enjoys pheasant hunting in his spare time. Let's hear it for Adam Marlowe.
One of the other judges here tonight is Shannon McDougall, a registered nurse and health coach who was originally trained as in psychology at the University of Pennsylvania, where she also directed an African dance troupe and worked alongside with graduated and Grammy Award-winning musician John Legend. She is currently a co-owner and operator of The Sweatbox, a wellness agency dedicated to enhancing lives. She's also director of a non-for-profit called Mental Health, and physical wellness designed to combat obesity and reduce healthcare disparities. Thank you.
Our next judge for the evening is Mr. Israel Silva. Mr. Israel Silva is the CEO of HR Beauty and co-founder and CEO of H&I Grand Productions, production company to Miss Grand United States of America and Miss Supranational USA. Let's hear it for Israel Silva.
I insist, Israel, your bio has to say mentor, coach, all of the above. Yeah, you do a lot more than what's on here. Let me tell you that much. Let's move on with Romel Gopez over here. And he's a native from the Philippines, grew up in Hawaii, and now works in New York City. Romel was in the U.S. Army for 5 years. After his tour off duty, he decided to move to New York City to pursue his dream in the entertainment industry. He's a proud member of the Actors Equity Association. He has worked alongside Diamond Phillips, Telly Lim, Susan Powell, and Jesse Tyler Ferguson. He also is an accomplished choreographer. He has choreographed 2 episodes in season 2 of the One Tree Hill, as well as for several regional theaters and cruise ships. Romel is currently the Director of Guest Relations at the Edison Hotel in New York City.
Our 5th and final judge of the evening is Mr. Joel Sandoval. He currently is working for Ultra Beauty Cosmetics in the corporate office, which is the #1 beauty retailer in the United States. He's been in the beauty industry for 15 years, and in the past, he was a state director for a Latina beauty pageant. Let's have a big round of applause for Joel Sandoval.
I would also like to thank one of the persons that has a very important role here, which is giving it the legal aspect of it, because I would like to give a special appreciation to Estela Unzueta. She's from Unzueta Law Group for verifying and making everything that the votes are legitimate and keeping everything on track. Thank you.
We would also like to give a special appreciation to Rocio Aguayo from MB Financial. She is our official tabulator for the evening.
Thank you so much. You know, these individuals really have a hard job aside from the judges, because they have to keep us on track and make sure we announce the right thing. You just never know, especially since it's being broadcasted internationally at this time. So good luck to the judges, because their job is extremely hard here tonight.
I think they have a harder job than the contestants.
Yeah, tonight, yes, because I always say when you're a judge, you can make enemies for a week or two until everything eases off slowly but surely.
You know, David, one of the things I love most about pageants and competing with so many different girls is that we are surrounded by such uplifting and motivating individuals. They spread so much positivity and create such a good environment, and especially when, you know, we live in a world where sometimes it can be tough. There's negativity, there's violence, and, you know, there are moments where we don't even want to turn on the news. But That's why this organization focuses so much on promoting their cause to raise awareness on ending the war on violence. As we had a little preview earlier, Paola Cosleon had a submission video when she competed internationally. And in this video, she speaks about the importance on ending the war on violence. So why don't we take a look at that video?
Hello everyone, I am Paola Cosileon, Miss Grand United States 2018. I'm a 24-year-old student working towards my bachelor's degree in communications and international relations. I am an entrepreneur, a hard worker, and a forward thinker. I was born in Chicago of immigrant parents. I come from a very close-knit family that has instilled in me discipline, compassion, and empathy to others. Since a young age, I've felt strongly my civic duty and have strived to be an active member of my community. Inclusion and charity have always been top priorities for me. At the age of 17, I became an ambassador for Gift to Hope, a not-for-profit organization that provides organ and tissue donation services in the USA. I also volunteered and raised high-amount donations to build and support the Children's Rehabilitation Institute of Teleton USA in Houston, which provides assistance to children born with disorders. Currently, I am a board member at FEDEJAL, a not-for-profit organization that aids in the integration for those who arrive in the Midwest of the United States, in conjunction with NAIMA, the North American Institute for Mexican Advancement. My goal currently is to be the next Miss Grand International and alongside the organization promote to the world the principles of peace in our efforts to stop the war and violence. I feel blessed to have the grand opportunity to represent my country, the United States of America. See you soon, Myanmar.
Oh yeah, see her there for sure. You know, this is only half the stuff she does because I do participate with the Negawa Foundation she mentioned there. And she also, I know she participates in helping children in ESL classes and other places as well. So that's only half the stuff that she does, but she's very well prepared to help communities and very well prepared to win all the crowns she can have.
That's right, and such a well-spoken queen. Well, audience and those watching live, it's time to move on to one of my favorite parts of the competition, the evening gown category.
Let's move on with this.
Arizona, Nadia Monique.
Florida, Hugh Demery.
Hawaii, Stephanie Wang. Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
Hawaii, Stephanie Wang.
Michigan, Alexandria Kelly.
Nevada, Emily Delgado.
New Jersey, Mayelin de la Cruz.
New York, Heather Thompson.
Texas, Anastasia Semenova.
Washington, Stormy Kepler. Stunning, amazing, spectacular.
They looked divine.
Yeah.
May all the contestants please join us out on stage one more time. Let's have a big round of applause for all these beautiful contestants. Once we have all of the girls out, I would like to ask the top 10 to please take a little step forward. And we're gonna have each girl give a little speech about what their thoughts are and how they plan on bringing awareness to ending the war and violence. We will begin with the first finalist, Arizona, Nadia Monique.
Wow, thank you so much. I just want to say that love is the root of all, and love is something that can turn an enemy to a friend. From where I come from, Arizona, we are the capital of sex trafficking and kidnapping, and I came here today with a message, and I want to bring awareness to this cause. There's many wars that we are dealing with in the world, such as poverty, our environment, and sex trafficking, homelessness, and it's time that we take action. The shootings going on here, the gun control, things like this need to be said. And it's enough of thoughts and prayers, and it's time for action. And I believe that I can do so. I want to break the stereotypes of people in my generation as being as young as I am. I know I can spread the word and make a difference. And I want to leave my mark on this world. And I believe that being a part of this amazing journey with all these amazing women, that I have already made a pretty big dent. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's welcome to the microphone, Florida, Q Demery.
We must strive for diversity. The statement has become so cliche. It simply means that we must grab a girl and a boy from every walk of life and showcase them to show that we are for the people. Though representation does matter, it's more important that we start inclusion efforts. Inclusion will ensure that we are not just placing these groups on the front of our campaigns, but they are also the brains behind the operation. Earl Nightingale said, "The opposite of courage is not cowardice, it's conformity." We must have enough courage to be ourselves fearlessly and accept others for who they are, their true selves, and not have them conform to who we are. So let's appreciate each other. Let's celebrate our differences. And let's let love, respect, courage end the war. Thank you.
Next, we have Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
I remember sitting on the edge of a hotel bed, telling a young woman who just got trafficked that it was safe to stay here. She continued to ramble as she walked into the bathroom, unpacked her luggage, repacked her luggage, and unpacked it again. It was in this moment that I realized I could make a difference, even if it was just with one girl. We're fortunate to live in America where women can publicly talk about their political views, and they're not refused education. Unfortunately, this is not something that is worldwide viewed. I believe that the war is actually on people, and it's called human trafficking. There are women and children that are being trafficked ages 3 to 18 across our borders as we speak. If I were to become Miss Grand United States, I'd want to be a voice to educate people on how to lower the statistics of human trafficking. It starts with us. It starts with education. Not only a voice, not only an advocate, but an example of somebody that is taking action. I believe that peace starts with education, and to end the war is continuing the conversation. Thank you.
Up next for the War on Violence speech is Hawaii, Stephanie Wing.
When I was a little girl, growing up in the United States, I felt safe living in what I thought was the greatest country in the entire world. Today, I am terrified and heartbroken by what we have become. As a country that was once viewed as a positive role model and a hero for other countries, we have created a war zone amongst our own people, and changes must be made. For example, there is no need for a regular civilian to be able to obtain a military-style assault rifle that can fire up to 100 rounds at a time. We need to think about our families, our friends, our fellow citizens. We need to think about the safety of our children and future generations to come. With the right changes, I know, and maybe perhaps a few sacrifices, I know that together we can stop the violence and we can make America safe again. Thank you.
Michigan, Alexandria Kelly.
I was 14 years old when I entered into a high school with 6,000 people. I was scared, afraid, not confident, worried. My second week of my first year of high school, we had 3 lockdowns in 1 week. It was on gun violence. It was about gun control. We were worried that there was a school shooter in our school. We were worried, hidden in a corner with the lights off, heads in between our knees, 3 times in 1 week on my second week of high school. This instilled a fear in me. This instilled my anxiety. This instilled my depression. And I believe that there's many, many reasons why gun violence is so relevant today. Why are we the only country that has as many mass shootings in the entire world more than any other country? I believe that race, religion, color, gender, and sexual orientation are what make the 7 billion people in this world unique. But right now, those qualities are what is making our world be divided. We are using those 7 qualities to discriminate against each other. That's the war. That's what's causing gun violence. That's what's causing murder. That's what's causing kidnapping and human trafficking and all of these things that all of these amazing women are talking about today. All of those things that are dividing us, that should be making us unique, are what is making our world so violent. That is why we are having a war. And I believe in my soul that we have so much power in affecting one person. Whether one of these women affect you today, or whether something you see on TV affects you, I believe that we can take everything that we see and turn it into something positive. God changed my life by making me the woman I am today, and I believe that we are all so capable of changing other people's lives. So take those qualities, race, religion, color, gender, sexual orientation, and let them make you unique, but don't only let them make you unique, let them make you celebrate other people. And as Miss Grand United States, I believe with my background in multimedia journalism and my bachelor's in science degree, I am able to do that and help spread a positive message to other people around the world. Thank you.
Let's welcome Nevada, Emily Delgado.
As a sister of a brother who is in the U.S. Army, the grand organization's meaning is very important to me because I know how important it is to bring home not only our U.S. soldiers, but soldiers from around the world to unite with their families. Being Miss United States, I would love to promote to not only my generation, but future generations to come, how important it is to love, respect, and to all of us to unite as one. Because I believe those qualities in the world are what's really going to change our society.
New Jersey, Mayelin de la Cruz.
Hey everyone. I actually wrote a poem about a month ago, and I want to share it with all of you. In a world that's full of bigotry, hatred, and violence, choose love. Choose to be more understanding, more caring, more loving, more welcoming, more compassionate. This is the best and most ideal way to respect, but also honor another person's existence, their dignity, and their autonomy. It is through love that we can heal and we can change the world. By choosing to love and accept one another, we can unify our communities and our nation. Choose love. Thank you.
New York, Heather Thompson.
So growing up, my parents had always instilled in me that violence is never the answer. With the platform that I have to raise awareness for mental illnesses, I believe that it goes hand in hand with the violence that we have going on in our country at this point. Gun control needs to have a test for people and to talk to people about their mental stability. I believe that spreading mental awareness is very important. Growing up with anxiety and depression, I did not learn until I was 20 years old that that was my issue and that was what was hindering me to be happy and healthy. I believe that education for mental illness needs to be spread to all the children so that they are not suffering at a young age and they can live happy and healthy like they should be. I believe that we should spread the education for mental illness to everyone in our country, and I think it will help to bring a stop to all of the gun violence we have and all of our mass shootings. Thank you very much.
Now let's welcome Texas, Anastasia Semenova.
First, want to thank you for allowing me to stand on this stage. As a little girl, I used to love stories, so I'm here today to tell you a short story. A group of kiddos were asked to write down what they thought were the 7 wonders of the world. And as the votes were being collected, the teacher asked one of the girls if she was having trouble. The little girl said, "Yes, a little. There's so many wonders that it's hard to pick just 7. So the teacher said, "Well, why don't you read your list and we'll help you along the way." The little girl hesitated a little bit, but she stood up and began to read her list. She said, "I think the 7 wonders of the world are to taste, to touch, to feel, to hear, to see, to laugh, and to love." Eckhart Tolle once said, "You find peace not by rearranging the circumstances in your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level." So is peace an inner state, or is it the consequence of our surroundings? I think it's both. Humanity will find peace when it finds humility. Thank you.
Let's welcome Washington, Stormy Keffler.
I am so proud to be a woman in our society today. With movements like Me Too and Time's Up, we're banding together against acts of violence towards women. As a survivor of domestic violence, it's so important to me that we stop the war and violence at home first and foremost. My assailant told me that I didn't have the legal power, the finances, or the notoriety to take him on. And I believed him, so I stayed silent. As Miss Grand USA, my goal is to start a national network of resources to provide women with legal counsel, financial aid, and the empowerment to know that they can take control back of their situation. I want to be the role model that I needed. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. And thank you for raising awareness on all these different and special causes. Let's have a round of applause. Not only are they beautiful, but they are intelligent, eloquent, and motivating young ladies.
You know, and their speeches really touch the heart. They really is. I truly believe that war is a cowardly escape from the problem of peace, and they really send the message across. And I hope that legislators, I hope that the White House, I hope that everybody in power, including their word, they can start creating a snowball effect to create something or like legislation, so something can happen like with guns, like she was talking about as well. I was really touched by all their speeches. This is great.
So was I, David. All right, well, everyone, would you please help me in welcoming Ms. Paola Cosleon, the current Miss Grand 2018, as she takes her final walk as the Queen.
I will never forget the memories of my reign. My personal highlight as a national title holder is the representation of the present diversity in our nation I was able to reflect. I am proud to have shown the world how immigrants make America great. I am so thankful to God, my family, my parents that chased the American dream, giving my sisters and I a life of opportunity and freedom. Thank you to my team, H&I Grand Productions, Israel, Hernan, Edgar, Yasin, Edgar Ovalle, Adam, and Amy. Thank you to my talented friends that helped me look my best, Angela, Oscar, Vanessa, Abby, Cynthia, and Miguel, and to all the supporters that reached out worldwide. This adventure wouldn't have been the same without you. Thank you all for guiding me throughout my journey. To the next Queen, be fearless and never forget your power. I leave you all with my favorite poem by Emily Dickinson. We never know how high we are until we are called to rise. And then, if we are true to plan, our statures touch the skies. The heroism we recite would be a daily thing. Did not ourselves the cubits warp for fear to be a king? I'm honored to be Paola Cosleon, Miss Grand United States of America.
This is just the start for her. I can see it already because ever since she was very young, at a teenage, she started dancing very young. Then she became a community activist, to name her a certain way, and now a title holder, and she's still hungry for more.
That's right. Congratulations to her for being such a go-getter and for representing the United States so wonderfully. She really is someone who just does not stop, does not settle. When she wants something, she goes out and she gets it.
And that's what we should learn from her. Every single one, including the very young title holders. There's some little girls here that are title holders. I hope that they're learning from the best over here, Adriana.
Yep. So it's getting closer to the moment we're all waiting for, right?
First, the top five. We're going to go on with the top five and then the question segment. And this is about the part where every single time, every single pageant I am in, I start getting goosebumps and butterflies in my stomach because I start feeling the energy a bit different. But, you know, we're going to have a winner here tonight that is going to be exposed throughout the world, from Chicago, from her state, to the world, and especially for the international competition.
That's right. But before we do that, I want to mention that the new queen who is crowned today is going to go in just, I think, about a little more than a month to compete internationally in Venezuela, which is such a great place to go, especially considering the environment it's under now.
Especially, you know what? That country right now needs all the fun, all the entertainment they can have. So having something like this out there, I'm sure will help. The Miss Grand International is the first time ever that the Grand Slam beauty pageant will be held there in Venezuela. Miss Grand International Beauty Pageant has now become the world's leading international beauty pageant and one of the 5 Grand Slam beauty pageants. It is the fastest growing beauty pageant with the top class production of events and shows. Millions of people from around the world will be watching this event and the final competition. So this is a big go-getter.
That's right. And for those that want to stay in tune and follow our girl Anna, she competes internationally. Miss Grand International Beauty Pageant is going to celebrate its 7th anniversary on October 9th through the 25th in Caracas, the capital of Venezuela. All the contestants will accommodate during the pageant at the Intercontinental Tamanaco Hotel in Caracas. There will be several activities, events during the pageant period, such as the welcome ceremony, the National Costume Parade, the Best in Swimsuit competition. And I also want to mention that the preliminary competition will be held at Poliedro de Caracas on October 23rd. And the final show, when they crown the Miss Grand 2019, will be held on October 25th. If you're interested in going, tickets will be available for free to all Venezuelans for supporting their countries and the happiness among them. And you can also purchase tickets on Miss Grand's website.
Let's all go. Let's go support them. Let's go have some fun and go into a little bit of warm weather. Well, the national winners will receive the $25,000 in prizes here tonight. And definitely everything they win here, not only the crown and the sash and the title, but all the prizes that will prepare them for this international pageant that will take place in October in Caracas, Venezuela.
And I think production wants to share a little video explaining why it will be held in Venezuela.
Cycle of violence and street protest.
A student campaign railing against crime and extreme violence has snowballed.
That's what I was telling you, Adriana, that Venezuela needs lots of entertainment, and most of all, it needs also the economic impact that any type of show can help them out as well, help that country out.
And I love the fact that they chose Venezuela. You know, what better way than to promote peace and positivity than really integrating yourself in the community? These girls are going to have the time of their lives and grow so much from this experience.
You know, usually every type of pageant, every time I used to think of pageants, my first state of mind would be Venezuela, you know, because of all the beauties from over there and lots of the pageants and so on and so forth, right? But now with pageants like this, now it's amazing how you're going to take beauties from all over the United States into Venezuela and show them how it's done.
That's right.
Show them how it's done now, right? So let's move on, because now we're going to go on with the top 5, I believe. Is that what we are going to? Yes, we are going to get ready for the top 5. And thank you so much for each and every one of you watching us via Facebook or social media here on our websites. This is truly a remarkable event, and it's truly a way where you're supporting young ladies that have hunger to become somebody, be productive, be successful, and want to conquer the world. So thank you so much for those of you watching via social media at this time.
All right, so let's get to what we're all waiting for. Let's invite all the ladies out on stage to announce the top 5. Wow. Stunning ladies. I don't know how the judges selected only 5.
Yeah, we have a 10 right here. So we are going to start the top 5. So we're going to begin with
the first top 5 finalist is Washington, Stormy Kessler.
second finalist. Will be Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
Our third finalist to make it to the top 5 is Florida, Q Demry.
And the fourth finalist for today will be Nevada, Emily Delgado.
Who will be the lucky girl to take the final spot in the top 5? She is Michigan, Alexandria Kelly. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. These are your 2019 Miss Grand top 5 contestants. Let's hear it for them.
Yes, one of them will take the crown here tonight. Congratulations, ladies. You should be very proud of yourselves because you have worked very hard. And I would hate to be in your shoes at this time because I'm sure you guys are very nervous, right? Don't worry about it. No, don't worry. All right. Well, let me go out here and I'll give each one an envelope, right?
Right. So now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the competition, the final question. So if David, you want to take a step by me?
Yeah. Should I give them? Should I give it to them or should I open it?
I think we're going to have each girl pick
Pick
a
it?
question
Okay.
as she comes to the center. So
All
our
right.
first contestant to answer her final question will be Michigan, Alexandria Kelly.
Pick one right here. We'll take turns reading it so we can breathe.
Okay. Women make up 49% of the global workforce. What do you believe is the most important issue women face in the workforce?
Whew, that's a big question because, I mean, I went to Grand Valley State University where 60% of the population were men. And for me, I think the biggest issue women are facing in the workforce is discrimination just based on our sex. We are seen as the weaker sex. And it's funny because in the Bible, it talks about Adam and Eve and how Eve is made from Adam's rib, right? Well, for me, I think that shows that women are needed in this world. Women are needed in the workforce. And I think that discrimination is definitely, easily the top issue facing. And I believe that we just staying women with like the Me Too movement, and it's time we are banding together with our femininity, with feminism to make this world more women empowered. And I think the men in this room, I think the men in this world can agree. And I believe that discrimination is the biggest problem facing women in the workforce. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Our next contestant, Nevada, Emily Delgado.
Pick one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What is your definition of success? What is your definition of success?
Sorry.
She's very tall. Oh my God. It's like the City Hall and the Sears Tower here.
My personal definition of success is someone who just really reaches for their goals, someone who sets a goal and really makes sure that they conquer what they set their mind to. At the end of the day, we really just need to, try hard for what we believe in and try hard for what we want, because at the end of the day, whatever you want, as long as you succeed, that's all that matters.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Florida, Q Demery.
Q. Social media has become a prominent factor in the way we perceive one another. Do you think social media has had a positive or negative effect on the way we judge beauty? Do you think social media has had a positive or negative effect on the way we judge beauty?
It's funny. I'm sorry. It's funny you should ask this question. About 2.5 years ago, I took a 3-year hiatus from social media. And I used that time to collect my thoughts and gather who I am in myself so I can gain a sense of understanding in who I am and where I wanted to be in life. I think that time was absolutely needed. Everyone moves at their own pace, and sometimes social media can be used as a measuring stick, and we don't need to compare ourselves to others constantly. Now, social media can be a good thing because it's also very accepting. There are so many community groups out there who encourage you to be yourself and who include you and let you know that you are not alone. This is a judgment-free zone. So it's empowering if you use it in the right way. Don't use it to judge yourself and say, hey, I should be here, when no, you should be moving at your own pace. There's a quote that I love that says, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You are your own success as long as you are moving at your own rate progressively towards your goal, not someone else's time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
If you had one message to the world, what would it be? If you had only one message to the world, what would it be?
That's a tough one because I have several messages I would like to share, especially if I were to become Miss Grand United States. But the most important one, I think, that I would share would have to be, it's all in good timing and in your timing. I see all of these women competing for this amazing prestigious title, and we're all gonna walk away with a crown. And it doesn't matter if you have the Miss Grand United States crown or if you are your state title holder. You can make your own trademark in your state and in your community. And there are young girls that are looking at your social media and they are seeing what you're doing and they're wanting to be just like you. So be a role model and continue to move at your own pace. Even if you don't win a national title, there is something out there for you to be a better person, for you to really make that trademark. So I always went by this in my endeavors. I saw other people moving quickly, and I just had to remind myself, it's in my timing. And if it's my time, I know for a fact that what I'm walking into is for me and only me. Thank you.
Up next, we have Washington, Stormy Keffler.
Stormy, and I have the very last one for you. You didn't get to pick, but here we go. What do you believe is the most important social movement of your generation and why? What do you believe is the most important social movement of your generation and why?
I mean, to coincide with our Stop War and Violence speech, I feel like I was destined for this question. Talking about the Me Too and time is up, we need to focus on how to move forward. And as women, we need to carry this resilience, which is my personal favorite trait. So when we have people who are doubting us, when we have discrimination against us in the workplace, we need to use that resilience that says you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough. And we need to carry forward and have the self-confidence and empowerment and empower each other to carry on. Thank you.
Thank you. This concludes the question segment of the pageant.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all a round of applause as the judges take their final look.
Now the pressure is on the judges to deliberate on who they think should be the winner and who is going to have the final vote.
Let's welcome to the runway, Washington, Stormy Kepler.
This would be the final look in the competition.
Give it all you got, no hesitating. You've been waiting all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment in time. This is your moment. This is your moment.
Siobhan Fraser.
To shine, to shine, to shine. So shine on. And every time you hit the wall, remember you can have it all, even the mighty fall. It's closer than it's ever been, and now it's more than just a win. It's
Florida, Hugh Dumry.
There's no holding back, no overthinking. You've been reaching all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment in time. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine, to shine, to shine.
Nevada, Emily Lugano.
This is your moment. This is your moment. You got to give it all that you got. Don't hesitate and don't ever stop. You spent a lifetime waiting for this day. This is your moment. There's no time for you to hold back. Don't overthink. It's time to react. The moment has come. Don't let it slip away, away, away. It's closer than it's ever been, and now it's more than just a win.
Michigan,
It's where
Alexandria
life
Kelly.
begins. You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before. Your heart is full and wanting more. Your future's at the door. Give it all you got, no hesitating. You've been waiting all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment in time. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine, to shine, to shine.
Will be the winner and will present the United States in the international competition held in Venezuela, like we have mentioned already.
That's right. So why don't we invite Paola Cusileon to give a little advice on how she thinks the winner of tonight's evening should prepare?
That's exactly right at this point. So like that, maybe they could get a little bit of information. The young ladies can see this video and get some advice from the pro, the one that went through it already, to help them out. Let's go to the middle, right over here. So we look good over here on the social media.
So Paola, what advice do you give to the young lady who wins today on her preparation for international?
Wow, well, there is so much to say, but they honestly look ready. I don't even know what else they can improve. They have done such an amazing job getting to know them these last days through all of our events and activities. They've been very resilient. They're never tired, and that's exactly how you have to be at the international competition. The president of Miss Grand International, Mr. Nawat, he always mentions this, that the queen has to be ready to work. She has to be ready to be on a stage and promote their message of stopping the war and violence. So It really comes down to the miss who is ready to work.
And how did you prepare for international? Was it tough? Did you do something different? Tell us.
Wow, well, it definitely is a very, very hard experience. You have to put yourself in a platform where you're going to grow. I had an intense month of preparation with my national team. We had rehearsals for public speaking. We had photo shoots in Michigan. We drove about 7 hours, Hernan and I, as well as Edgar, to shoot with Amy and Adam. And they were amazing. My headshots, I think, were one of the best in the world. And so I thank them. Thank you, Amy and Adam.
That's the attitude. They're the best in the world. Of course it is. So what did you learn the hard way? Is there certain things that you want the up and coming or the new ones or the winner of today's crown, something you learned the hard way that you recommend or you will be looking out for in the future?
Well, I think that Adriana covered this yesterday really well. You really have to stay true to yourself. You're going into a competition, obviously, to win, but you can't compare yourself to the other woman. You have to remember your qualities, and you just have to stay true to your values and your morals and just always try to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, let's hear it for Paola Cosileon, please. It's her final day with the crown, right?
How do you feel? Are you sad? Are you excited? What is your next venture after today?
It really is a bittersweet moment, but I feel like it's not a goodbye. I know that I'm going to stay working with the Miss Grand United States organization, helping the next queen. I would love to come back as a mentor or as a judge. So Miss Grand United States, don't forget about me.
Definitely not. We like to keep it in the family and always keep our close relationships with each other.
And I love what the ladies said during interviews, that this really is a family-oriented organization.
It really is. I personally have been in this pageant industry community with Hernan and Israel, the CEOs of Miss Grand USA, for over 10 years. Isn't that crazy? 10 years. And I consider myself pretty young, so it's been a long
learning
time.
Something every single day. This is why we like to talk to you. And if you learn something every day, time flies and you just feel productive every single time you're up here. Yeah? All right. Well, I think we're about to welcome the rest of the contestants. Yeah?
Right.
All right.
Let's bring them all out.
Thank you so much, Paola. Thank you. So this is her final look, her final walk on the runway as Paola crowns the new queen. Let's get a little bit more of you on this runway, because you will be crowning a new winner here tonight for Miss Grand United States 2019-2020.
Paola Cosileon, the Miss Grand United States of America 2018. Let's have a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming all of the beautiful contestants one more time.
And we are approaching the winner segment at this time. So see who is going to take home the crown today.
That's
Which
right.
state will be? Which state would you be? Let me see. At the count of three, mention the state you think will win here tonight. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoa.
Wow, we
It's
have a
tight,
lot
it's
of
tight.
fans out in the audience.
Yes, one of them here tonight will become the Miss Grand United States of America 2019-2020.
We're getting closer and closer to finding out who will be the new Miss Grand United States of America. But before we announce the winner, we have a award to give out. So continuing on with our award ceremony, young lady, when you hear your name, please take a step forward to receive your award.
Which one should we start off with? Right here?
So at this moment, we are going to announce who won the award for Miss Congeniality. She was chosen by her peers as they got to know her throughout this entire week.
That says a lot about this contestant, actually, or when somebody wins, or when your peers actually pick you for this prize. So Miss Congeniality will go to Hawaii, Stephanie Wayne.
Congratulations, Hawaii.
Thank you so much. Hopefully this is the start of many other awards and crowns.
I see the judges seriously deliberating over there. How intense.
Yeah, usually they're very nervous. Now that they're actually adding up, they're tabulating at this time. We just want to make sure that everything goes perfect. Every single point, every single number, name, number, state. That's usually what I get nervous for at times as well, because sometimes you may mess up the state or the name or something like that, which is why thank you so much for keeping me on track over here, Adriana. Let's hear it for Adriana Unzueta, please. She has been an amazing MC and keeping me on track over here on the stage.
No, it's been a true pleasure hosting with you this entire weekend.
First time, and it's very odd when you work with somebody for the very first time, and there's chemistry and things can happen and can be productive. And we're gonna select the winner here tonight, which is the best outcome of all here tonight. So Chicago and Illinois, especially Illinois, is internationally known today in the pageant world, and I believe we are getting our numbers at this time.
I see them coming.
Yes.
All right, so it's been a long journey, young ladies, and you've all reached such a huge accomplishment. You're all winners. But it's time to announce who is a new Miss Grand 2019.
Yes, it is. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great night. I know that we're going to get the party started right after we crown the new Miss Grand USA, United States of America. So, all right. So we're going to start with the fourth runner-up at this time. So if you can please step forward as soon as we mention your name. And the fourth runner-up will be Washington, Stormy Kepler. Prize is given over here by Edgar. Thank you so much.
Our third runner-up is Georgia, Siobhan Fraser.
And our second runner-up will be Florida, Hugh Demery.
We are down to the final two. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Are you ready, ladies? If for any reason the new Miss Grand USA cannot fulfill her duties, the first runner-up will take over.
If for any health reasons or health or agenda doesn't permit it, well, first runner-up will take on the duties of the Queen.
And the first runner-up is Michigan, Alexandria Kelly. Which means that your Queen and the new Miss Grand United States of America 2019 goes to Nevada.
Emily Delgado is our new Queen here tonight. She's the new Miss Grand USA. Miss Grand United States of America. Hernan Rivera at this time is putting on her sash. And Paola Cosileon is now greeting her to give her her crown. Passing on over the crown at this time as Miss Grand United States of America 2019-2020 goes to Nevada tonight, Emily Delgado. Let's hear the love and support for Miss Nevada.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here with us and for tuning in live. This concludes our evening event. Enjoy the celebration.
Thank you so much. My name is David Miranda, and we'll be in contact.